Hello, this is Crypto Wealth. I'm not a crypto expert, just a crypto enthusiast, but I've got to talk to you about this today. Coinbase lets you withdraw funds from your debit card. Listen, I want to talk about this. I had a whole other video planned, but I came across this. I got notified. I saw this come through on my little news notifications, and I was like, all right, we got to get a video up. We got to talk about this. But before we get into this topic, I want to tell you right now, if you haven't already heard, my cryptocurrency ebook is out. It's all about earning a passive income with cryptocurrency. It's 91 pages. This is the website. I'll put a link down in the description. The Copycat Business Plan, 5-step formula to building a passive cash flow business from scratch. We're talking about not just, earning passive cryptocurrency. We're talking about being able to earn passive cryptocurrency and create an actual business out of it. I'll put a link down in the description. You can take a look at that for yourself. Now, let's get back to this topic. Coinbase lets you withdraw funds to your debit card. I'm going to read through this short article, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about this. And I'll tell you right now, I don't personally like using Coinbase. I don't recommend them anymore at all. When I say recommend, I don't mean to my YouTube audience. I mean my personal friends. I tell people not to use Coinbase, and I'll explain why once I finish going over this article. But let's take a look at this. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase is adding a new way to withdraw funds from your Coinbase account. If you've added a compatible debit card to your account, you can transfer USD, Euro, or the British pound to your bank account nearly instantly. There are some drawbacks, and the main one is that you'll pay a lot in fees. In the US, Coinbase deducts 1.5% from the transaction. Every transaction, 1.5%. That's crazy. Or a minimum of 55 cents if it's a small transaction. In the UK and Europe, you pay 2% in fees, or a minimum of 45 to 50 cents respectively in those currencies. You also need to have a compatible card. Not all debit cards support incoming transfers. You need to have a Visa card that supports Visa Fast Funds in the US, and you can also use a MasterCard with MasterCard Spend. It's hard to know whether your bank or card issuer supports these features. The best way to figure it out is probably by adding your card to Coinbase and seeing what Coinbase says. See, here's the problem, by the way. I'm not certain who the moron is that actually wrote this sentence. You got to understand, people write, in many cases, to be a journalist, it's not as hard as you think. Some of you watching this video right now with no journalism credentials can write online articles for a lot of websites like Forbes, et cetera, et cetera. And this is just proof of that. The best way to why even write the sentence? Let me just go ahead and tell you. The best way to figure it out is probably by adding your card to Coinbase and seeing what Coinbase says. That is stupid. Just flip your debit card over. There's a toll-free number there. Call the customer support. Somebody's going to pick it up. All you have to ask, they may not know if it will accept an incoming transaction from Coinbase, but just ask point blank. Does this Visa support Visa Fast Funds? Or is this MasterCard, does it have the MasterCard Send feature? That's all you have to ask. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, Coinbase isn't removing other withdrawal methods. For instance, if you're looking for a cheaper way to withdraw your funds in Europe, a SEPA bank transfer costs 15 cents. And Coinbase supports instant SEPA transfers if your bank has enabled that. The company also lets you link your PayPal account with Coinbase account. Your funds should hit your PayPal account within a few seconds, and there are no fees on Coinbase side. As you can see, there are many ways to move money from your bank account to your Coinbase account. Some of them are slower than others. Some of them are more expensive than others. Crypto to crypto transfers are a bit simpler by comparison, as you already need your recipient's wallet address. You only need your recipient's wallet's address to send tokens. All right. First of all, let me just say, let's get the positive out of the way. The positive is this is good for crypto. This is good for mass adoption. Anything that allows people to use their funds faster, better, easier, quicker, that's more important, even over the fact that it's expensive. People, when you want to access your crypto and you want to be able to spend it in US dollars, you want to be able to do that very, very quickly. This is super good for mass adoption. And therefore I like this move. However, Coinbase, nobody uses Coinbase except for the newest people in crypto. Meaning once you're in the know a little bit, you no longer use Coinbase. Why? Because they're the antithesis of cryptocurrency. This article earlier this year, I think it was this year? Yeah, 2020. This article talks about it. Crypto has literally directly, I just did a video. If you saw my video from earlier today, if not, I'll put the card above. But if you saw my video from earlier today, I'll also link it down in the description so you can go take a look at the description. But I did a video earlier today, and I talked about 3 major news stories that show that the U.S. government is basically attacking cryptocurrency. 3 recent news stories. Well, one of those stories has to do with the government basically going after like Monero and stuff like that. Well, Coinbase, the IRS wants people to pay their taxes, obviously. They don't want people to use Monero and other cryptocurrencies to avoid paying taxes. Obviously, that does make sense. I mean, whether you agree with taxes or not, that makes total sense. You should obey the law. However, most people like the fact that they have their privacy. They understand I need to pay my taxes, but the government doesn't have to always see everything that I have when I have it, unless I choose to allow them to see it. But at the same time, I'm responsible for paying my taxes. So the way they do it in traditional finance is that, you get caught for tax evasion. If you all of a sudden buy a Lamborghini and you have a mansion and they can't, make $50,000 a year, they know there's a problem. They're looking at you for tax evasion if that's the case, because you're not paying your taxes. Where'd you get the money to buy this stuff? So the government has ways without having to see every single transaction that you have. So people don't like that. That's why privacy coins like Monero even exist, really. However, this is crazy on Coinbase's part. They basically went to the IRS. They went to the DEA and said, basically, can we sell you our services? Can we make money by selling something to you? They wanted to license their software to the IRS and to the DEA, meaning they weren't compelled to do so. They weren't asked to do so. In fact, the IRS and DEA, it wasn't like the video that I'm going to link above that I just did. In that particular case, the U.S. government put up a bounty or a reward of $600,000 for anyone who could come forward and show that they could basically crack Monero. They put up that reward. Go watch that video to find out what's going on with that. However, in this case, the IRS and DEA didn't put up anything. They didn't subpoena or request anything from Coinbase. Coinbase was looking for a way to make more money off their business model, basically said, hey, we can sell you data that you might want. That is just horrible. I recently did a video about this, or I did a video back when this was relevant. I'll link that above if I can find it as well, and I'll put it down in the description if you want to go back and watch that video where I went into more details on exactly what was happening here. So most people don't use Coinbase, and that's why I don't recommend people use Coinbase in the first place. I personally recommend people use Crypto.com. I'll put a link in the description. There's several reasons I think people should use Crypto.com. I did a full tutorial, and I'll put that above. I'll put it in the description. I'll also put a card at the end of this video. But the single biggest reason I think people should use Crypto.com is because they've never, as far as we know, they've not reached out to any one government and agreed to basically sell them, their data, their analytics software. Basically, the analytics on all their customers. As far as we know, Crypto.com has never done that. In fact, as far as we know, no other exchange from fiat to crypto has done that except Coinbase. I mean, I don't think anyone should use Coinbase. That's me personally, just on principle. But Crypto.com hasn't done that. They're also easy to use. They are ahead of the game on the debit card. You can get their debit card. Again, I'll put the full tutorial above, but you can get their cards. Their cards are incredible. You make a massive cash back. If you don't know anything about these cards, you got to check it out. You get massive cash back just for using the cards in crypto. I mean, they pay for your Spotify, Netflix, yada, yada, yada. They're super easy to use. They're way ahead of anyone in the crypto space when it comes to their cards. You can get paid. You can earn good interest, up to 16% interest for staking their tokens. It's just an incredible platform. It's super easy to use. I've been using my card recently. I have the red card right now. I've been using it recently, and I'm telling you, I absolutely love it. In fact, I may do a video on the cash back that I've been getting, the 2% cash back. I'm looking forward to upgrading, but right now I do have the red card. So if you're going to use something, I would recommend that you use Crypto.com. Now, with that being said, I still like to see this. I like to see this from a mass adoption standpoint. I like to see that Coinbase is allowing people to get hold of their funds a little bit easier. But personally, I just am not a fan of Coinbase directly. But if you love Coinbase and you don't want to use anything else, so be it. Congratulations. You still have a way to get to your funds a little bit easier. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up. Now, I've got a video coming up. I'm going to be giving an update on my most profitable investments that most people aren't even talking about. I've got another video I'm going to do for that playlist. In fact, I was planning to do it in the place of this video, but this was late breaking news, and I just felt like should talk about it, should comment on it. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know, do you use Coinbase or do you use Crypto.com? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to get set up with a Crypto.com account, I'll put a link down in the description. It is an affiliate link. If you get the Ruby card, you get $50 worth of CRO tokens, and I also get $50 worth of CRO tokens. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.